I don't know if this is going to work or not. Think about it. Hang on. Let's see if I can see somewhere. Okay, how's everybody doing? I hope everybody's good. I just put my phone underneath the TV here just so you have to see my face. If you're not aware of what I'm doing, this is inspired by the Unreal Man. I'll put his channel link in the description below. By the way, I'm just doing this on his behalf just to get people out there to realise that you just don't backstab people for no reason. I mean, look at Rachel Ziegler. What's so special about her? She ain't special. You see, she's one of those individuals who feel so entitled to support a certain unrecognizable nation, especially Palestine. And then she plays the victim, doesn't she? You know, she teamed up with somebody who supported Israel. You know, the Brand New Snow that came out this year, that was one of the worst films I've ever heard about, because the actress herself is such a anti-Israeli. You know, she hates Israel. Because she feels entitled to hate Israel. You know, she's a Polish Colombian, Miss Ziegler. You know, she's 24 years old, and she's got this stupid mindset where she wants to everyone to support Palestine. I don't support Palestine. I support Israel. Of course I do. As for her, you know, she's actually lost everything now. You know, she's finished. She's done. She's gonna have to find another way back into the industry, especially filming and also theatre, because she was doing some theatre a couple months ago, and guess what? She just left halfway through the show because of her reputation. And yes, of course, she is a narcissist. She's just... Her mouth got her in big trouble. You know, she calls the Snow White Prince weird though. You know, she's the one that's a weirdo, not that Disney prince. Wow. You know, I mean, I looked at her Twitter page on, you know, there was this screenshot of her Twitter post on the, on YouTube somewhere where she has 3 prones. Prones? What the fuck's a prone? Excuse my language. Prones. I have no clue. And you know what? Last time I saw these sort of things, these sort of prones, was at the local library down the road here. A librarian helped me with my job resume. And I saw her email, and it said she, her, you know. I mean, what? I don't have prones. I mean, some people need to start waking up. And, you know, before I go any further, I'm not the Unreal Man, I know. I'm not stealing from him, but I'm just doing this on behalf of him, just to, you know, tell people over outside of England and USA and Canada and that, tell them that you have to tell them that we're here to help you improve your situation. I know the truth may not get popular, but, you know, the Unreal Man is my superhero. You know, he's the reason why I'm here right now. Also, now we've done Rachel Ziegler now for a moment. We'll get back to her soon. Now, what else? Oh yes, the videos about the revolutionaries. These people, they came out, they woke up since the pandemic, and they came along and just destroyed everything. You know, these people, they're on the TikTok, aren't they? TikTok is a Chinese waste of time. Absolute rubbish. How the fuck excuse me, how on earth can you, live a life without worrying about your security without having no security? How would you feel when your data gets breached or you get hijacked on your phone, your phone could get hacked by some unknown Chinese hacker. I need to have a drink of this. I mean, fucking Chinese. I mean, the Chinese president himself, he looks like the original president himself, Mao. Apparently, Mr. Ping, the Chinese president, worships Mao. Just like how Putin worships Stalin. No offense to Putin, but I'm not gonna mention politics now. Because this is not a place to discuss politics. I mean, the Chinese have created so much rubbish, so much terrible things, garbage that doesn't last long. They created these social media platforms that do not require security. I saw on a current affair or on the news somewhere that the teenagers, like a 12-year-old TikTok got breached because some pervert was talking to her, some grown-ass man. Luckily, her dad was around. Do I support TikTok? No, I don't. I wish for it to go. Yes, I wish for it to go. It should not exist. It destroyed so much. It destroyed so much. It destroyed everything. Destroyed the whole planet. Destroyed relationships. I'm not joking. That's why I saw this video called "Why I Hate TikTok," and you should hate TikTok. You, the viewer, should hate TikTok. If you hate me, then good. You're just gonna run away from the truth like a freaking victim. You have that mindset these days, that stupid victimized mindset. Also, especially the homosexuals and that. Fucking hell. This Chinese social media app has influenced homosexuals. It's ridiculous. Enough of Chinese now. Let's write something else. Oh yes. The Unreal Man here, he's mentioned hard work. Now, what he's trying to say is this. During these hard times, you need to work long hours and have around, say, $8,000 a month. Otherwise, you will not survive through the week. Or whenever you will not survive if you don't make $8,000 a week, minimum. If you guys say, "Oh, I cannot do that," well, guess what? Good luck going on the streets then. Good luck living under the bridges. Good luck being on the streets, bridges and that, Good luck being an alcoholic. Because if you don't do this, then it's done for you. Don't expect to live in the dole of your life and just excuse me, and just moan and bitch about things. My God, people, just like that, just like those people the Unreal Man have roasted, especially the guys from UK, Ireland, USA, and that. Those guys, they're probably the ones, some of them, especially the American ones, they're living on the dole, even if they're ever lucky to get it. Because I know for a fact that in the US alone, you gotta work to make a living. You just cannot get government help. Or it doesn't matter where you go. I shouldn't be having government help, but I'm planning to go back to work soon, Very soon. Very soon I'll be able to go back to work and just make money again. I've already saved enough money, By the way, I've been doing the envelope challenge, which is very effective. And don't worry, I'm planning to put the money in the bank soon because of all these stupid beliefs about how money loses value over time. That's a lot of crap. Right, about 11 minutes in. So, yes, so it's good that you have both physical and digital money. Because many years ago I had no money. I had money, but I spent it all because of this stupid, because of this stupid end of the world shit, doomerism, which is like another topic in a second. Seriously, people, please go out there and work. Don't, bitch about things. You're not going to get anywhere with all this shit, Don't. Okay, to doomerism. It's just like how people bitch about how nothing changes. I mean, I don't blame those people who, hate doomerism, because doomerism is just a negative influence. It comes from the fact that when parenting becomes very badly maintained, and the kids just do whatever they want to do. They do all these bad things. They go out partying and that. They just become heavy drinkers and that. Absolute shocking this is. Especially this Warjack, this Warjack heritage, he tried to do all these different things, and then two French brothers sabotaged it on him because he will not, because it looks like he will not start from the bottom. Also, there is this unrealistic video about this Warjack called from homelessness to successfulness, I think, where where overnight he got $1 million in Bitcoin. Fucking hell. Some people just, you as a viewer, don't watch this shit. Even if it's for entertainment, for laughs, no problems, but don't take it as a, excuse not to get yourself together. Oh, by the way, now back to this Rachel Ziegler. Yeah, her life's over. By the way, she's actually hiding. She cannot post. She cannot go on YouTube anymore. She cannot post a video. She cannot post a reel on Facebook or Instagram because people are gonna troll her because of what she did to the Snow White film, the way she made it, the way she modified it for her happiness. I mean, she's an entitled little spoiled little fucking bitch. People like her should be ashamed of themselves. She called some guy, some actor, a racist, transphobic monster. I don't blame that guy, but it's not hygienic to be homosexual because it's gonna create all these diseases and that, all this sickness. Like HIV, what happened to all those famous people? They got HIV and AIDS because they were gay. Even her, she might be gay too. She might be a lesbian. This Rachel Ziegler. Also, she actually wished that the Trump she wished that the Donald Trump administration collapses, and as well with the supporters of Donald Trump. But that backfired when people started criticizing her. When Trump supporters criticized her for not standing up for the United States alone. She doesn't have any respect. I might talk to her about her again, but I'm gonna finish her up right here. Just don't be like her, okay? She's done some very bad things. Especially why she hasn't been back in theatre for a while. Ridiculous. Now this topic here, this topic that's on my mind right now is about the shrinking population of Japan. You see, traditionally you have to work long hours because you get a lot of royalties, respect, and you have to stay in the country for all your life. And if all those don't work out, you feel guilty, anxious, you feel shameful that you left a company that you commit yourself to. And all that is why Japan is losing so much people, because they have no time to have families. It's tradition, this working themselves to death tradition. It's stupid. It's probably even worse during the Meiji period or before the Meiji period when there's a bell tower in every village in the ancient Japan, where you have to finish tasks quickly before the bell rings. And if you didn't, you would get punished. You lose so much respect in that. You lose so much respect, you lose so much trust. Ridiculous. Yeah, I know Japan's a great country, but the population fell from 128 million to like 123 million today. 128 million in 2010, 2011, before Fukushima, after the population shrank. Because the people didn't want to stick to the traditions. Also, they feel like Fukushima has destroyed their country, which has not. By the way, the exclusion zone around Fukushima, that's actually barely existing these days. It's actually, there's a radiative radiation. It's like, you just wash it. You keep washing it, then you test it. Big cycle, and guess what? You get good results. Yeah, people these days just feel like nuclear energy is not good. Well, nuclear energy will be in another commentary. Well, that's it, I'm afraid. That's all I've got to say. I'll see you in the next commentary. Just please sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Have a great day, and I'm out.